What's up, guys? So, welcome back to our YouTube channel. And I am sorry if it's quite a late today, but I'm trying my best to do everything that paperwork's to be done and all that. So, without any further ado, let us start. So we have already actually discussed ratio and proportion before. It's just this one would be probably a review and most of our topics, but I want you guys to fully understand of how ratio and proportion works. So before we dig into any kind of solving and all that, we need to identify the key terms that we are using. So first and foremost is the ratio. So the ratio is an ordered pair of numbers which are not both zero. So it should be denoted as A to B. So you can read it as A to B, or you can even read that as A is to B. Now, another one is equivalent ratios. I just want you guys to understand this on how it truly works so that we can truly use this in the next upcoming lessons. Next one is the rate. So the rate is one of the most important things that we need to remember. The rate is just like what we have been using in our everyday lives, like let's say 2.5 miles per hour. You can see it on the road, the speed limit. You can see it on cookbooks, on recipe books, on how to properly use the rate. It's based on your perception on how it really sounds proper. So just like here, it should be miles per hour because sometimes it's quite awkward to say an hour per mile or hours per mile. So we just have to make sure that we are using the proper unit on how to do this. So the unit rate is the numerical value, which is the 2.5, and then the unit is like the measurement, like centimeters, meters, and then per, like minute, hour, all of those things. Mostly it's time, but we will dig into more of that later. So those are the most important things. So let's say I gave here numbers of papers passed. All right, so there are 24 papers, and then what happened was on the first trial, we did it for 12 seconds. And then for the second trial, since you guys know what we're going to do, you guys made it a little bit faster, having 11 seconds to be done. Then on the third trial, we got it at 10. And then for the fourth trial, because of continuous practice, we got it at 8. Now it's asking for the ratio of numbers of papers passed. So number of papers passed to time. So the word 2 here, it means that is the ratio, the column. So the ratio of the number. So the number of papers passed is 24. So it means that is our first quantity. So that is first quantity. All right. And then of course is the second quantity. So time will be 12. Same goes with this one. It's going to be 24 to 11, 24 to 10, and 24 to 8. Now it's asking for the rate. All right. So what will be the rate for this one? Remember that the rate is a combination of the unit rate, which is the numerical value, and the unit, which will be based on what is being asked. So for this one, our unit rate, on how to find the unit rate is that we have to divide the first quantity to the second quantity. So that is 24 is to 12, wherein that will be 24 over 12. Basically, it means, as you can see here, I put it in fraction. This semicolon or this column here indicates it's going to be a fraction. So 24 divided by 12 is 2. So therefore, our rate will be 2 papers per, it says second, so per second. All right. Now it's singular here because it's only per second. When we say per second, it means it's 1 second. So when we say per hour, it's 1 hour. When we say per minute, it's going to be 1 minute. So it means that per, the word after the slash or the per, is just going to be a singular form. Usually the first one are plural form. So 24 is to 11, so that's going to be 24 over 11, wherein approximately we can say this is going to be 2.2 papers. So 2.2 papers per second. Now for 24 over 10, always remember that if it's a base of 10, just count the zeros and then move the decimal point to the left. How many times? One time, because there's only one zero. So it's going to be 2.4 papers per second. All right, and then 24 divided by 8. All right, 24 divided by 8 is going to be 3. Now, so that's going to be 3 papers per second. Now, for the unit rate are again the numerical value of each. So this one is 2, this is 2.2, 2.4, and 3. So as you can see, it's pretty much easy on how we do it. All right. So, okay, for this one, let's say this is just going to be an example. So let's say for class 1, we have, 16 boys, and then for the number of girls, there's going to be, let's say, 18 girls. All right. And then for the second class, what we're going to have is, let's say, 15 boys and then 10 girls. And then for the whole seventh grader, what we're going to have is, let's say there are 100 boys, and then for the number of girls, there are 89. Okay, so it says here ratio of boys to girls. So what we're going to write here is 16 is to 10. So 16 is to 10 is going to be 16 over 18. Oh, sorry, 16 is to 18. I'm sorry about that. So this one is 16 is to 18, so 16 over 18. So definitely we can divide that. Our answer will be there will be approximately 0.88888, so on and so forth. Boys to girls, or boys per girls. Oops, sorry about that. Boys per girl. Now, for this one, we're going to have 15 is to 10. So that is 15 over 10, wherein that's going to be 1.5 boys per girl. And then for the whole seventh grader, it's going to be 100 is to 89, wherein that's going to be 100 over 89. So 100 divided by 89 is going to be 1.123. So as you can see, approximately the second class has a greater ratio than the whole seventh grader. All right, so it says here Value Mart is advertising a unit or a back to school sale on pencils. A pack of 30 sells $7.97, whereas 12 packs sells of the same brand cost $4.77. Which is the better buy? So for us to identify that, let us identify the given. All right. Let us find the rate. Let us find their. Okay. Let's find the ratio. Let's find their rate, their unit rate, and their unit. So basically, our given is 30 pencils. Oops. For 7.97, and 12 pencils. Sorry about that. 12 pencils for 477. Now, before we go to the ratio and stuff, let us find the unit first. One of the most important things that you guys need to find first is the unit, so that you can know how you're going to write the ratio properly, how you're going to have the rate, and of course the unit rate. So, which sounds better? Is it going to be pencils per cost or cost per pencil? So basically, it sounds much better if we're going to say it's the cost per pencil, because it's like how much pencil are you going you're going to get 5 pencils. Basically it's how much does it cost. So we're going to have that. So basically it's asking this, how many pencil is per dollar. All right, this one is how much is each pencil. So our ratio would be the cost, which is the 7.97 is to the 30, and we got here the 477 is to 12. Now our rate, so how do we find the rate again? We divide. So 7.97 over 30. So 7.97 divided by 30 is going to be 0.27. All right, so 0.27 cents per what? Per pencil. For this one, we got 4.77 divided by 12, so we're going to write that in fraction, wherein that's going to be 0.40 cents per pencil. So as you can see, we use it's the cost here, the dollar sign, right? And then the pencil, per pencil. The slash means per. So our unit here is 0.27 and here is 0.40. So basically, the best buy would be this one, the 0.27 cents per pencil. So you got more, you saved more. Okay, so basically that's it for lesson number 1 for our first module. So I will see you guys on the next module. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you.